What's up, buddy?
How we doing today? You look depressed. What happened?
I look depressed.
Yeah, what happened?
Nothing. Maybe it was the 12 p.m. mushrooms I took. I don't know. I feel fine. I thought I looked happy. I wore a bright sweatshirt for you.
You took 1.5 grams of mushrooms.
Yeah, and I usually take 2. Nothing. I'm wearing a bright shirt. I thought I looked really happy.
Listen, I could give a Frenchman's fuck about your bright shirt, all right? Brightness
He's just copying Rogan. Look, that's where he got it from.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's saying I'm wearing the same sweater as Rogan.
Okay, what are you going to do? Next thing you know, you're going to have J.D. Vance on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? You cocksucker. How you play?
I'm doing good, buddy. It looks like your internet's acting up. I don't want to.
Oh, you're back.
He's back, but I just don't want to start of it.
I'm back like herpes, brother. Don't worry about nothing. This will all work itself out.
All right, I'm doing good, dude.
Today the delivery came from the furniture. We got carpets. We got to get some shades, and that's pretty much it. You know. Now we just got to get it all set up, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna burn this fucking Zoom. I am so happy. I'm done. I'm done. I've been doing a podcast for 4 years. That has basically been a disaster. You know what I'm saying? But when I moved here, that's the best I could do. I didn't even think about a Zoom. I was Zooming in guests, but they were a pain in the ass, and the Zooms wouldn't work. And this has been a fucking, it's like we had this podcast for 10 years going, 8 years. And then for 4 years, I had they put me back in the B leagues, it seems like. I'm back in the fucking farm team. And I'm okay with that because now at least it gives you to start with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure a lot of people were disappointed. But listen, that was the best I could do with what I had to work with for a year or two. And,
dude, and to be honest, I'm surprised.
Listen, I didn't like doing it. I was having a hard time with it doing it. That's why I cut it from 2 episodes to 1. It was fucking brutal, and you have all these things you want to talk about when you have a camera in your face for an hour until the camera gets put in your face. And then you're like, I'm out of shit to say. You're putting me on a spot every week. Podcasts definitely work better. I mean, listen, God bless Bill Burr. God bless all people who do a podcast for an hour by themselves and just rant. God fucking bless them. In another time, maybe I'll do one with no YouTube where I just don't even have to look at a camera. I just sit there and it's like ramblers. It's like Marlon Brando on Apocalypse Now when he would make the tape recordings of horrors and all this shit. That's my next podcast, The Horror. That's what it's called. When I'm over 65, The Horror. And I'll play the fucking me shitting my pants, me changing my diapers, me emptying my colostomy bag, whatever the fuck it's called. So, but it's okay, man. But this is why I'm so excited. You could tell the last 2 weeks, I was a little fired up the last 3 weeks. I've been very fired up because you have no idea. It's been and listen, over the pandemic, podcast grew and record numbers, and the terrain changed. The terrain really changed a lot in the podcast world in 4 years. Fucking the Chinese app, Twitch, whatever the fuck they do, they jump up and down for a minute. What's it called? TikTok and all that. It's really changed. And now these are all elements that you could use towards a better podcast, So we'll have to open up a church, New Testament TikTok, because these are the things that'll lure people. But I don't want in my world, there has never been no smoke and mirrors. I don't it's like I watched, what's that show? Yellowstone last night.
Okay.
And I had a funny feeling that the show was going to suck. And I'll tell you why. Because it was such a great show. And then they took a 2-year hiatus, maybe even longer. And the writers have to come back. They have to get last night episode, they spun around a horse for 15 minutes. Then the guy played a banjo for 10 minutes. It was like I was lost. It was like the 5th season of Miami Vice. I think Miami Vice lasted 6 seasons. The last 2 seasons, it's like, what am I watching? Everybody quit. The people who stayed were high. They didn't know what they were doing. And my point with that is we're coming back. So I don't want to come back weaker.
No.
I want to come back stronger. I want to come back doing things that we didn't do on the church because we were too stoned. Listen, I love getting high, but I look at those old church episodes and I break your balls. We're never going back there, Lee.
Oh,
it's okay to get high. But I don't want to drool again. I don't want you passing out. Every once in a while, it's good to see you go through changes.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm going to.
For me to come back and put a bong at the circle and start that all over again, no. What I want to do is what I told you. I want to explore Hudson County. I want to put Mr. Barone on. I want to put Louis Hernandez on. I'm going to put my 8th grade teacher on. I'm going to put my 6th grade teacher on. I got cops. We got musicians that live in North Jersey. I don't want this to be, I'm going to interview a lot of regular people that are more interesting than any of these fucking celebrities that you see or these personalities, because they didn't put tattoos to be cool or, they wear a pink hat to step out. These are real people. They don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. They didn't cry when Kamala lost. Yeah. They didn't do any of that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think the smartest thing you've always talked about, from like fighting to like comedy or whatever, is evolving. And I think when you were talking about those TV shows, I really like the show Suits, but the last 2 seasons are the unwatchable. And I think you're right. It's because they try to do the same thing.
They try to do the same thing, and you gotta dope it up. And then after a while, you have this uncertainty in a writer's room, which a lot of people understand about TV shows and what really happens. That if a show is successful the first 2 seasons, they're going to go after those writers, and they're going to offer them more money than you're offering them. And now your network, you know how much you need, Lee, but your network can't cover the spread. You got to take a pay cut, or you got to, or you can't have an assistant or something like that, because I want to hire Lee because I know how good he is, how efficient he is. And that's what happens to these things. You know what my biggest question is now? I don't know if you noticed this. Beside Kansas City in football, nobody has really won a World Series lately, or a championship, or a Super Bowl beside Kansas City, and really held to that number 1 spot for years. Last year, Texas Rangers won it. This year, they were fucking 8-34. What happened? They traded away players. So you just built a team to win a World Series, and that's it. Now you're going to trade away the players that got you there, the chemistry that got you there. Yeah, 1 or 2 people are going to leave. But that's what it seems in sports. In NBA, every year, nobody's running a dynasty. The Celtics are the closest thing to a dynasty. But it's like people win, they don't win 4 in a row no more. They don't keep them. There's no New England's. It's Kansas City now. And it's just really weird. I never understood building a team and then breaking it up over money.
Right.
Break it up over money.
And and I don't think that's what you're saying, but I just want to make it clear for people watching. That's not why the church ended. That we never fought about
No. I'm just saying that. Listen, the church had to end. Let's get this. The more I think about it, I'm like, I've made some mistakes in my day. It felt like a mistake at first, but it saved our lives. It saved our lives. It saved our friendship. It just saved a lot of things, taking that breather. People have no idea how deep we were in, and how deep I was in stand-up, and how deep I was in acting. And then to wrap this up in a bow, I got a wife and a daughter. You follow me? So it's the law of diminishing returns. Even at the end, with the podcast pandemic hit and we were still doing it, but towards the end there, it was starting to maybe get a little repetitive. It's crazy because you could put, when it came to us, we could put the president on there and they would still say, that was a great episode, but I'd rather just be you and Lee.
Right.
And then when we do 2 episodes in a row, they yell at us, bring back a guest. And you're never going to please everybody. So
Right.
do what the fuck you want to do. And the people who want to stay, you stay. And the people that want to abandon ship, go. Because eventually they'll come back and they'll see that, our podcast is maybe an hour, 15 minutes, but it's better than sitting there for 3 hours. Just picking up shit to talk about, because that's when you get tired. That's when the people at home go, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'd rather keep the conversation fresh. When it's not fresh, end this fucking thing. Sometimes I do a podcast for 40 minutes and I got to get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't know.
It's way better. There's so many of them. And you know why I'm so excited about like this new, like the New Testament is, and I'm not saying we'll never have a comic on, but I like the idea of having other people on because these comics have been on every podcast and told a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories that haven't been told, especially that like add color to your old stories. So it's not only going to be, and we'll still get high. It's not like we're going to sit there like stone cold sober.
And the podcast is you and me are mumbling. If you look at some of the old podcasts, we just ended them. The last 30 minutes are just us two mumbling about farts and da-da-da-da-da-da, and we could have got out of there, and then we'd stay another hour after that. That's what people didn't understand. We just weren't doing a podcast. It was a whole night. It consumed our whole fucking night. By the time we got home, we're like, what bar did I go to? Nowhere. You left the fucking So these are the things that people never really understood, that I never had time to explain to people. There was a lot going on. Now till this day, there's still people, the news is going to come out. They left in a rush. We just looked around. We heard what was going on in our neighborhood, and we both looked at each other, including Steve Simone and a bunch of other people, and said, I'm paying $2,300 to live with guns going off outside my fucking window every night and shit, because it got stupid, But again, I don't want to dwell on that. What I want to dwell on is what I want to do with this. The studio is perfect for us. I mean, it's definitely a little bigger than what we looked for, but we'll take it. It's worth it. We got to get some heaters in there because I could tell it's going to be a cold winter. It was warmer outside than it was inside today.
Oh well, yeah. It's concrete. We are going to need a heater, but it's cool. I like that it's big too. We can do more stuff in it. It's like because I think what people don't know is how small we had one. The office next to In-N-Out was decently sized. Every other office we had barely, like you could, like that first one where they kept saying we were smoking weed and we weren't smoking weed. The table, we couldn't even get around it. If you couldn't leave, once you were in for the podcast, you couldn't leave. And then there was also, they took one office and cut it into two. So our office didn't have AC coming into it. It only had the outtake of the AC. Like we didn't, like it was, that one was tiny, and then the last office, it was fine for what we needed, but there was only one place to put the table, and it was tiny. This one,
I remember going to a fucking podcast studio to look at it, and the lady's like, "Yeah, people do podcasts here all the time." And I'm walking in there going, "No, they don't." It was all tin metal.
Oh no!
The lady's like, "Oh, it's cool here in the summer." Lady, it's 80 outside and it's 104 in here. Me and my wife are sweating, walking through this. Ain't nobody doing powder here. It's fucking 11 in the morning. Yeah, ain't nobody doing cocaine, and we're sweating fucking profusely. And you're telling us that this place cools down. I mean, I hate all that shit. You know me, I'm air conditioner. I like it's got to be a little cold, but this is going to be a little bit colder than what we anticipated in January. So we'll have to get there a little earlier, put the heaters on, take a ride, then come back and do your thing. But listen, I like the whole setup that we're doing. I'd like to meet you a little earlier so we could get a dinner, go somewhere and eat and bullshit, or do the other thing. Get the podcast done with and then go get a bite to eat. And that's a continuation for YouTube or whatever, wherever we go to eat. So, and there's a lot of places to eat.
Oh, dude, there's nothing that's going to make me feel warmer inside than one of those chili dogs from like that we had today. Those chili dogs, especially January, if we're cold and just get 6 of them and 2 orders. Those things, I've never had anything like that. A Hiram's hot dog. That was crazy.
I can't
First
believe
of all, they deep fry the hot dogs.
Yeah, they're good. I can't believe that place. I went there for my 8th grade. After we took a trip, the pictures that I put up with me and Dominic, God rest his soul, and Louis Hernandez and Dave Ruiz, that was that day. And we had the suits on. We stopped there.
Oh, shit.
The city, it was Hiram's was next to Callahan's. So some people like Callahan, some people like Hiram's. So I haven't
Hiram's
been in.
is still here.
Hiram's is still in there. I haven't been in there since 1985. I thought about it on the way home. 1985 was the last time I ate from Hiram's. And that hot dog today was off the fucking hook. The chili was off the hook. The onions were off the hook. The bun was off the hook. I ate 2 of them. I blew a fart like where the turnpike meets the fucking parkway. Now, if you know that area, exit, whatever it is, it smells like a fucking dead mule for like 10 miles. You look at each other, you start smelling your armpits. It's an odor you never smelled. And it's the birth of cancer. When you drive through that, that's when you put your fucking mask on. Not because people are breathing on you during COVID. You put your mask on when you drive through the birth of cancer on the Jersey, meeting the fucking parkway. I blew a fart that I had to open the window. I'd rather smell that than the fucking fart I just blew from those 2 hot dogs. You know why? Because they were fucking loosened up in Hudson County water right there from the Hudson River.
Oh my God! You think you happened that quickly? Just on that ride home?
Oh, I blew a try. I didn't eat anything else. I had fucking 2 eggs with a piece of toast and a fruit bowl for breakfast. It was plain this morning. So I didn't eat anything else. I ate those 2 hot dogs. I blew a fart. The fucking windows got fogged up. It was tremendous. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, I haven't had a sip of water since then because it was just so like it's spicy a little bit.
A sip of water. You're gonna dehydrate, cocksucker.
Well, those hot dogs taste good.
Thank God I got Liquid IV as a sponsor. I brushed my teeth twice in Listerine after I got out of the shower. I had to come back and work out. I did something
After
I
that
never.
hot dog?
I went to the gym at 5.
Why? What do you?
Because I was sitting an hour and a half up and an hour and a half back. I can't do that. And I couldn't lift this morning because if I fucking swing kettlebells, I get in the truck, then I come back and I can't walk for 3 fucking days.
Oh,
and I knew I ate that shit for lunch, so I was like, I ain't taking it. I got on the bike for 20 minutes. I pedaled that motherfucker like 10 cops were after me. And then I just got out in the gym. I stretched. I threw some kettlebells. I fucking did all the cables, and I got out of there. Tomorrow I'll go to boxing class, and I feel better about myself.
Oh, and I need to do that. I'll need to do the stairs an extra time. But you did like my favorite. You did like my favorite thing to do at a place like that is you just got 1 hot dog to start, and then you finished it, and you're like, I think I need another one.
Yeah,
that's and it takes 2 seconds. Oh,
why go in there all in for 3 of them? That's the first time I've been in there. The first time, and next thing you know, the hot dog tastes like a fried mouse. I don't need that either. They just cut the tail off and put 2 of them together. I don't need that either. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to start with 1. You always dip 1 toe in the pool, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Jump in. You always dip 1 and you fucking... But that's, history, man. Those places are fucking North Jersey history. And
you were saying as we were driving up there that the across the street used to be like an entire amusement park, and now it's just a condo complex.
Palisade Amusement Park. If you're over 55, you remember it. If you live in Jersey right now, I think I went there with my mom a few times after my dad died when we came from Cuba. And the thing I remember the most is the pool. It was the largest saltwater pool, but it was like the ocean. It was a wave pool back then. Guys, this was the late 60s, early 70s, you know. They already had a wave pool, and they had vanilla ice cream that was better than fucking Dairy Queen and better than Carvel. And then one day they fucking closed it, man. They just broke everybody's heart. They built buildings.
It was too valuable.
Yeah, that landscape is just, it's like today we saw that church that was beautiful. And he says it's for sale. They're going to sell it and knock it into condominiums, That's where the money is now. I tell all these people on the Sunset Strip and everything that eventually everything is going to change. Those locations are hot. People are going to keep coming to you every year. Will you take 8 million? Will you take 9 million? And 1 year you just go, you know what? I'm getting sick of fucking sitting here. $9 million, is that cash? Yeah, okay. Call my attorney because I'm out of here. I don't want to see another comic laugh. I don't want to hear one of their fucking stories.
Yeah, and I think it's why it's exciting. Like, you inviting your friends on has to be pretty cool. Like, you've known some of these people since you were in like middle school or maybe before, and like now, like to like get them all on a podcast, but you guys are still like young and okay. Like, that's pretty cool.
I'm sick and tired of hearing that these stories are made up. I'm sick and tired of people saying that this never happened. I'm going to put people on there that I grew up with, and at the same time, they're going to explain to you what was going on in their home, the reason they acted like they did, and the reason I acted like I did. You know, we're all still friends. Like Saturday. This Saturday is my brother, Chucky McBreen, they're going to name the Ramapo College basketball gym after him.
Oh, cool.
We're all going up there, you know, and this crew has known each other since the 5th fucking grade. And we love I mean, we talk all the time, me and these guys, you know. They have to come on the podcast to really, you know, Ralph Afuso has to tell the story when we went to basketball camp in the 6th grade and we were just torturing the counselors, putting shampoo in their sneakers. These guys were men. We were in the 6th grade with no fucking worries. No worries, wow. You know. Chucky McBreen, the coach of Rampo, we're going to have him on to talk about how many nights we played basketball till 11 o'clock at night. Up in his pool. And his pool was even dirtier, you know, from us jumping in there. I want to have Louis come in and talk about basketball, what it was to us. We didn't know like I watched my daughter last night. I wanted to stick a fucking screwdriver in my eye. But it's not her fault. Her generation doesn't even play when the sun is out. Never mind going to the court after dinner and playing 3-on-3 till 2 a.m. You know, I got to bring, you know, I'm going to try to bring Chris DiLorenzo on, Bonehead's brother. You know, Bonehead's brother. He lives around the corner from me. But you got to make sure he's sober. You got to get him a little high, no alcohol. I got a lot of guys that are going to explain the state of mind we grew up in, which is more important. When you hear the state of mind, you'll go, oh, I get that story. I understand that story. You know, I bumped into John Rago last week. What's the first thing he said? He talked about us robbing a gas station, and he was the getaway man. Did I say something to him? Watch the video. He said it first. You know, all those have a fuck. This is what to let you know. We were 3 hungry kids. You know what he told me once I took the tape off? He goes, I was the getaway driver because my younger brother threatened me. And in those days, he would kill me. I had to do it. You know, this is the guy, you know. But I want you to understand where that state of mind came from. I'm going to have decent kids come on. I'm going to try to have Stephen Villo come on, which is my brother to death. And he's decent as could come. He didn't live a life like ours. But him and I still breathe for one another. He plays in that band, the Past Masters, you know. It was very interesting. I'm going to try to put anybody that grew up like me on. Lucio Fernandez from Union City. You know, he's a big shot in Union City in politics. We grew up together. The fucking barbell fell on his chin when we were lifting weights in our backyard. What does that tell you? And these guys, you know, it wasn't the stories. It was the state of mind that people want to get to. And once you listen to these guys' stories, you'll understand their fucking state of mind and why we did those things. 0 fucks were given. 0.
Yeah. Do you think you would have? Like, do you think it would be possible to have the lives you had now? Like, if you were kids now?
It wouldn't be accepted. Kids are different. We're different now. And listen, I didn't believe it, but I'm living it now. I'm living it with my daughter. How many times do I get up she come home at 2:45 and I go, let's go for a ride at 3:30. They're in us. You go to the park, it's a bunch of 6th graders, 6-year-olds playing on swings. You go to the basketball courts when there's no school. Listen, when there was no school, we were at the court at 9:01 a.m. Regardless of the weather. If it was too cold, we'd play till it warmed up. And we'd stay there till 3 and take a break and then come back. And then at 7 o'clock after dinner, that was a complete different time to go out.
Right.
That's crazy. My daughter, the kids in the neighborhood, there's one kid that rides his bike.
But like, what if Mercy came to you and your wife and said, "Hey, I want to go out like at 8 o'clock," or not? Would you guys let her?
Yeah, if she had somewhere to go, not to hang out at a fucking Wawa and eat bubble gum outside and stay on your phone. At least stand outside a liquor store and try to hustle somebody getting you a bottle of blackberry brandy or something. That's and that's what people don't understand. There's no kids hanging outside liquor stores no more.
No, no one would do it. That's like That's what I was gonna say. Is like, I don't.
If you come to me with the right story, I'll do it. If you're a 15-year-old kid and you're like, listen, dog, I just want to smoke some joints and get a 6-pack of Budweiser. I might buy a 6-pack and drop it off in the parking lot where there's no cameras watching because he was a gentleman. But if he tells me he wants whiskey, he wants to make Long Island iced teas and blow them up with gasoline, I ain't getting that motherfucker nothing. He ain't drinking shit. Drink shoe polish like I did. Go home and steal your grandfather's whiskey.
But who's going to tell you that? Aren't people going to tell you the first one most of the time?
The what?
Aren't people going to come at you like more respectfully most of the time?
Well, they're going to come respectful, but I want to know what they're ordering. If you come at me and say, if you're a white kid and you say, can you get me some wine? I'm just going to say, listen, take your faggotry somewhere else. But if you come to me, you're like a nice kid and you're by yourself and you go, I just want to smoke some reefer and I need a bottle of Boone's Farm, I'll get it for them because they're gentlemen.
Okay.
Spoken like a fucking true gentleman. But you're not going to come up to me and work me and tell me, listen, I want some kamikaze mix and I want pineapple. What are you, Puerto Rican? Pineapple juice. Relax.
What if they are Puerto Rican?
Then they should have pineapple juice at their house.
I'm saying they can have it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Puerto Rican, coconut juice, pineapple juice, coconut milk. They got coquito at the fucking house. Puerto Ricans got it down, dog.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Why are we fucking talking about this shit for? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Puerto Ricans are getting a bad rap lately. Enough is enough. It was a joke. What the fuck? I am retarded as a motherfucker. The other night. What?
What do you mean, what? You just put your glasses on, took it off, and said that.
Yeah, because I can't see. I need the, not the teleprompter, but I gotta see what time it is before I go into it. I was last week I did 3 sets. I'm very proud of that.
Nice, dude.
I did not want to go on stage tonight and not be prepared. Even though I'm not gonna be fucking prepared. But at least with 3-4 sets under my belt, I could see where it was. Wednesday's show at the dojo the set was okay. But it was like Bill Burr's first 2 minutes on Saturday Night Live. He was like, and also he just let loose. And then I remember what it is to let loose and what people really want to see. Because of my age and because I just slowed down. I go up there with a more whatever, relaxed. They don't like that Joey Diaz. As a matter of fact, I don't like that Joey Diaz. I got to go up. Yeah, I got to go up there. I didn't say motherfucker at the end, in the beginning. I got to steal your heart right from the beginning. You got to know where I'm fucking going with this. But I tried some great jokes about my antidepressants. I'm scared to sleep at night with the sleep apnea machine because I might keep spinning and choke myself to death. At least I'm talking about different stuff. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is the most important thing to me, not going back up there and thinking, listen, you're going to get a rotten ass joke or something. But I just couldn't. I couldn't. My life the last 4 years has been so peaceful. I ain't got no stories to tell. Can you believe that? Like nothing really, nobody got hit in the head. Nobody. I could go off about the baseball coach and tell the story how he was looking up at the sky when the girls were hitting home runs, and I was like, time out. What are you looking at?
You also have been eating mushrooms by the handful. It's not like you haven't done anything.
But I eat mushrooms on the weekends. Today was an exception. I didn't even eat a mushroom. I ate a bread strip.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's
That
a
was
brand.
really fun.
I just want to let you know what we got in store, what the ammunition is that's coming for you. It's a different world now. It's not going to be 2,000 milligrams of edible. I don't even eat that much. Listen, I got these new edibles. Somebody sent them. Pretty good. Packages of 50 milligrams. There's each 50 milligrams. But when you look at it, it's 30 milligrams of THC, 10 of something else, and 10 of CBD.
Oh.
I ate 4 fucking bags. You know what I'm saying? It was an all like 400 milligrams. I got to tell you, at first I'm like, these things suck. But last night during my daughter's basketball game, those motherfuckers came to life, right? I was like, oh, shit. Then I came home, Lee, and let me tell you what I ate, because I can always be honest with my people. I started with M&M peanuts from Halloween. These things were already old, breaking apart. It meant nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I just started tearing up those peanuts. And then I had a banana milkshake.
Oh, you made a milkshake?
Yeah, a little bit of vanilla ice cream, 2 bananas, milk. Boom. Tremendous.
Okay.
I went downstairs. Lee, I was still hungry. I had to go right back upstairs and make a fucking half a bagel with cream cheese. And then,
Hold on.
yes, a half a bagel with cream cheese.
Why only a half? What did he do with the other half?
My wife somebody sent us bagels, and she had cut one in half.
Okay.
So I
thought it was you.
No. So a half is better than a whole. I came downstairs. I smoked some more. I must have fed that edible again. I ended up upstairs toasting white bread, getting chicken cutlet with American cheese, tomato, lettuce, mayonnaise on it, heavy on the salt and pepper. I ate one of those. I was ready to throw 2 pieces of bread in the oven to make a second, but I said, ta, 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 ta. Ate the fucking chicken cutlets with no bread, just salt and pepper. That was my dietary last night. That's what I ate last night. So I had to go to the gym today. I had to burn that
I can
off.
see that now.
Tomorrow I got to go back and bang it out the boxing gym because you got to get your levels down, the fucking sugar. I got to take a test tomorrow too, a fucking A1C test. Tomorrow's my last diabetic class. I took a pre-diabetic class that's for free. I'm getting old. I need things to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not laughing at you taking the class. The class is pretty cool. And I've eaten so many pints of ice cream, but you opened up with a milkshake. I've never made a milkshake before.
An 8-ouncer. I love banana milkshakes. I really wanted to make a strawberry one, but we were out of the strawberry ones. I had blueberries and blackberries and raspberries, but I always have that with coconut water and put protein in it. So I really wanted something different. I like cutting up strawberries and putting them in a bowl with milk. You put a little sugar in there, close it up, and come back 2 days later, and the milk is fucking red. You don't know what it's like.
Hold on. Dude, I know you pretty well. Are you telling me that you make strawberry milk specifically for strawberry milk?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed you make milkshakes at night.
I didn't make milkshakes. I started making them here because wife go to a place and get a milkshake that's loaded with fucking sugar. At home, if you make a milkshake, it's still not better for you, but at least you can control it a little more.
Right. Okay.
So you ever get a milkshake? It's thicker than shit, and it's got 2,000 fucking plus calories in it. And then you come home, you get Breyers, vanilla ice, no sugar. The ice cream, vanilla. I think it's 180 a scoop. 8 ounces of milk. It is what it is. I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I like my milk for my bones and my calcium. So I'd rather control the sugar, and I make them at home.
I love it.
If I need to sweeten it, I'll use some of that fake sweetener, which is cancer too. So you're not going to win. You're not going to win. And I make the milkshake 8 ounces. No reason to fucking make a 16 or 22 or whatever, even though a couple of days ago I saw a commercial for the new, it was like on Instagram, Shake Shack. It's a new chocolate shake there. A U-Lock shake. Bro, they're not fucking around. I'm not even going to drive by there no more because I'm going to fall I'm stoned. That's on the way back from boxing and everything else I do. It's right there in Freehold, New Jersey.
You have to drive by it all the time?
Yeah, and I don't really listen. If I eat that shit, it's every 2 weeks with my daughter. My daughter likes it, so she'll stop in there. My wife, they'll talk my wife into it. I just, I do like the cheeseburgers there with a slice of cheese and onion, raw onion. That's it. And I put a little mustard. I like mustard on my burger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got to do it. You said you saw it on Instagram. You said you saw the shake on Instagram?
Yeah, it was like an advertising. Somebody was talking about it.
Do you ever look at do you look at a lot of food? I look at a lot of food on Instagram.
I'd rather look at a chef that's cooking something healthy or, there's a lot of food on Instagram and a lot of it is just the same shit. It's the same shit. So, I got to watch what the fuck I'm doing. I must have put on 5 pounds last night with the bagel and the chicken cutlets, but I don't eat much in the daytime. That's what's killing me. But anyway, let me talk to you savages real quick about BetterHelp. We'll be back, Jack. We're back, bitches. If you're feeling a little ho-hum before the holidays, contact BetterHelp. Believe it or not, they did miracles for me. They'll work
me too.
Miracles for you. Anyway, back to the show. I was just telling Lee I got a doctor. And, because my name is Jose Diaz, they only text me in Spanish.
That's why. Did you click a box by accident and say Spanish?
No, it's my name. But they fucking... So now when I call them and they say press 1 for white people or 2 for Spanish, I press Spanish. See, I make that work for me on certain things because, listen, no matter who you call, they don't want to piss off Spanish people. So always press the Spanish, whether it's United Airlines, the doctor's office, just a free little tip on a Tuesday from Uncle Joey. Don't believe the hype. Press 2 and the lady goes, are you Spanish? She's not going to make you get off the phone. Not until and they're listening. So use your coconut from time to time. That's the Joey Diaz review on a fucking Tuesday morning. Anyway, yeah. They keep texting me in Spanish like I fucking, I only go the Spanish route when they want to put me on the phone for 22 minutes. When you call the dentist, there's 22 people waiting on the block. Well, not really. I'm pressing number 2, and I'm speaking to Dr. Juan right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
I love that you figured that out.
Yeah.
They've never
known me, Doc. Listen, I've been figuring this shit out for 20 years. I told all you motherfuckers, always get on the first class line when you fly. Always. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. I didn't know. Me no hablo. Me no, whatever the fuck. Me no. Just, I don't know. They're not going to throw you out and embarrass you. They're just going to ridicule you. They're going to go, next time, stand in that line. Sure. There ain't going to be no next time. And guess what? The next time, I'm going to stand in this line yet again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What are these people talking about? Poor bastards. But anyway, I was talking to you about a picture I posted.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night, I was driving home from Uncle Vinny's. I went down there and did a guest spot. And somebody texted me with a number that I kind of recognized, but not really. And it was a picture of me. And she goes, thinking about you. Hope you're well. And I'm like... And I didn't look at the picture. I just saw it. And then I called her back and I said, hey, who's this? And she goes, Mary Koch. These were dear, dear friends of mine in Boulder from 89 on. He was the pastry chef at a famous restaurant called Adicio.
You've talked about him,
yeah. Joe. Joe's my brother. Mary's my sister. I love them both. And, they did a lot for me, man. When I got out of being locked up, it was Joe who lent me some dough to do roofs. Whenever I needed money to do roofs, I would just go to Joe. Joe, cut me a check. So I did his roof. I took care of him. But he made me a deal when I started comedy. When I started comedy, it was basically Tuesday nights. So I would he baked Monday nights. He would bake all night till 7 in the morning. And I decided I'm going to write jokes with you all night. So very early on, from 91 till about 93, every Monday night, I didn't sleep. And I didn't do coke either. I would go to the restaurant. I wouldn't want to do coke. He was baking. So I was like, he would give me everything to taste. and all the mistakes. You fucking kidding me? You know I got it down, dog. Even then I had it down. That was the purpose. Come in, taste my desserts, let me know how they are, and just sit there and I drink coffee, drink sodas and shit. But it was a very interesting time when I looked at that picture. Like when I got home, I looked at it, and I got to be honest, I had to take my glasses off and cry for about 3 minutes.
Why? What about it?
I just saw a different Joey Diaz there.
And how I'm. And like, where were you in your life?
I was in Boulder. I had just gotten out of prison like a year before. And I was about to start stand-up comedy. But it was not the guy you're seeing right now. There was a little bit of him, but it wasn't the same person. When I looked at the face, I was like, I remember that dude. That was a different world, man. That was just a different world.
Yeah, I would love to. Guys, if you can pull it up, I'd love to see it.
It's just a sad picture. It's very sad to see who the fuck I was. You look at the picture and you're like, Joey, it looks just like you, whatever. I know. But that look in my eyes was holy shit. That was after the kidnapping plus 10,000 other bad things I did back then. In that mind, nobody gave a fuck. Like, I just did not give a fuck. It's so scary to look at that picture. And I was big, I was healthy, but I really wasn't mentally stable at all. You figure, I just was not there. I was just about to get separated when I got that picture. I could tell because I had some sun from roofing. That was the white shirt I would wear when I would roof.
And where were you?
Boulder.
No, I didn't know. Like it was like a party. Like it's amazing to me. Like the one picture had like give you this much of a reaction.
The picture was taken at the restaurant in the back with a shitty camera.
Okay.
Obviously, but it was just I was just a different person then, and I was weaker. I was very weak. At that time, I applaud myself for doing comedy, but at the same time, I was just waiting for somebody to save me. At that time, I wasn't serious about comedy. I was just doing it to see what would fucking happen,
And now, like, it's sort of like it really fits into like the theme of the new podcast, dude.
Well, I look at that picture and I see the man I was. I see a man that procrastinated a lot. I see a man that made excuses when things didn't go his way. This guy didn't like me. They were older. They've been doing comedy longer than me. Like when your friends come to see you and they're like, hey, those guys are way funnier than you. You're like, well, you got to remember that guy does this. There was a guy who gave excuses. There was a guy who had more mind fucks, and the mind fucks weren't going to be the mind fucks. Like when I get a mind fuck now from somebody, I have an audition Thursday. I can't say for what. It's pretty big. I had to sign paperwork and shit. But I just avoided everything, Lee. I was tiptoeing through life because I knew deep down inside I was just a fucking sack of shit and a criminal. So it didn't really matter. By that time, my daughter was already born. And that's why I know. Yeah, my daughter was born at that time already. She was about a year old. But if you look at that mind, there was no dad in that fucking mind at all. There was nothing that screams dad out.
and I could be thinking like too far into it, but like you weren't smiling in the picture. Like, do you think? And now you smile all the time. Do
I
you
didn't
think was
smile
that
too
just like a random picture, or you weren't smiling?
much. I didn't smile too much in those days. I just came out of prison. Life had done it to me again. It wasn't me. God forbid I did anything. And that picture, that's what I thought about. God forbid. God forbid. I never took the race card. They threw me in jail because I was Cuban. No. God forbid. They threw me in jail. Just that wording is loser talk. And when I got out, I changed that wording immediately. I knew it had to start with how you thought and your words. They didn't throw you in jail. Nobody just comes to your fucking house and throws you in jail, you know? I lost my job. How do you lose your job? What happened? The quarter fell out of the pot. I'm like, what happened? These are all procrastination that we tell ourselves and other people. And the people that you're telling that to and they don't go, stop. That's wrong. They're the same type of people. They accept that behavior. And that was the mind that I had back then. That's why I had no success at 30 years old. Because I involved my past too much in what I was doing every day. And it had nothing to do with it. Today is Monday. Get the fuck up. Cut your shit. Nobody cares about your story. At the end of the day, nobody cares about your fucking dead mother. You know, that's how I would talk to myself. Because that's the only way to really get into yourself. That no claiming responsibility, you're going to end up where you were 15 years from now. And I've seen it now. Now that I'm 60 and I've lived life, all those people, all those, the guy from the Laugh Factory didn't like me, you know, all the excuse people that who knows what they're doing. That was the biggest change I did then. Never mind stop being a thief and stop doing that. I mean, 3 years after that, I was still burglarizing houses and I was back here doing comedy, and that was 8 months of just pure crime. So thank God I bet the Jets against Philadelphia. They knocked Randall Cunningham out. Anyway, speaking of Jets, let me do something about DraftKings. I'll be right back after we talk about DraftKings. Stay black.
Right.
I'm back, bitches. Anyway, download the DraftKings sporting app, what is it? The Sportsbook app. And just don't forget about your Uncle Joey. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I saw when I saw that picture, Lee. I got all the answers of why I hadn't done anything with my life. Not only was I a thief, you know, I had warrants, people were looking for me, the police thing, going to prison thing, that locked everything down. So now I had gotten that off my fucking back, you know. So I was free to do stand-up comedy. In those 3 years, I just fucking procrastinated. So you live and you learn, guys. But I'm telling you how it was when I look at that picture. It broke my heart because I don't know that person anymore. No responsibility. Didn't give a fuck about your rent. Didn't give a fuck about your car payment. I had it when I fucking had it. Shut your fucking mouth. Didn't give a fuck about that. I was on probation or parole. And how do I know it? Because I kept snorting coke and I had a daughter in the house. When you don't care about your kid and you're still fucking around, you're in no danger. Anyway, let's talk about something happier.
I got to see Steve Simone this week.
Bro, let's talk about Tampa.
Okay.
You hit a gold medal with Tampa, and I'm very proud of you. The problem that you were doing was, you know, anymore, it's not worth it. I see years ago how they started treating feature acts. Hotel, this and that, I just saw it. When you're a feature, you go out there, but if you're not making money, you're going out there to at least be seen. And yeah, if you're doing 100 tickets a show, you're getting seen. But it's not like a feature could survive. You were working all these clubs up in, what's the really club? The really good club in Providence, I like.
Oh, Comedy Connection.
Yeah, Comedy Connection. Great club. But if I call him tomorrow, he'll tell me the same thing he tells you. Everybody brings a feature act.
Yep.
Everybody brings a feature act. Everybody brings a feature act. Blah, 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 blah. But And when they do come, the headline is paying for everything. I got to pay for their hotel. I got to do the whole thing. I don't mind doing that at all. But when you're like when you go in 70% of the clubs, the people who need to see you, they're not there anymore.
Never.
And in fact, let's raise that even higher, because I know there's a lot of comics who watch this show. 90% of the people that are going to book you are not going to be there. If you're not with a big agency or something as a feature, they're going to treat you on the bottom rung. I understand you win because you get to go on stage, and at the long run, it makes you better. But I also want you to think about the investment you're making, the 4-hour flight, like we discussed last week. Tampa, I'm very proud of you because you made the owner get up and talk to you about giving you a week before you left and even giving you a special night on your own that fucking Sunday. Those are the clubs you want to go to, where the owner's there and he's involved. Enough with these corporate clubs, they're not going to see you. The feature people will tell you did great, and we'll talk to the manager, but, you know.
No,
I'm sorry.
I've gotten to do some. No, I it was really cool, dude. I've heard about Side Splitters forever, and I've been to a lot of cool clubs the last couple of years, and there've been some really cool managers. I'm almost positive, other than I guess the dojo, this is the only club I've been to where the owner is ever there.
Yeah.
It's like, and he wasn't just there for like 5 minutes. Like he was running food. Like he wasn't watching. He was out there.
The reason why his club has a great reputation is because he's there.
Yeah. It was really cool. And the comics were great. The staff was awesome. And yeah, it was the first time he just came up to me and we talked, and he rebooked me. And I've gotten to do clubs more than once, but I've never had a booking before I left the weekend. That was really fun.
I'll call on Tuesday, Mitzi, I'll talk to her, and you know what? Thank you, but no thank you. This is another brain dead fucking weekend. I don't get no response. I did that all the time. That's why, look at the early churches. Got to make the call.
Yeah.
Is somebody here this week to book me? No. Okay, next time. Next time, when it's too late, you're going to have somebody there. Now it's going to cost you. Now you get me for $4 bills, $5 bills a week. But the next time my name comes up, you're going to have to pay me, bitch. In fact, I'll just send you a bill. But, these are all the things that you have to look at. Why am I there? Why am I taking a 5-hour flight so the owner had to go somewhere with his kids this weekend?
Right.
That's
true. And that can always happen.
Yeah.
But like this was like, I booked this in February. Because I reached out.
I remember. I was pretty much in shock when you told me. I thought you were a headline. I was like, oh boy. But no. He ran through the right channels. He featured you, come again, let you headline, and then it starts with a great other feature act, co-headline you. And you grow with the club. These are the clubs you want to go to. That's not going to happen to you in improv. Unless you live in Virginia or you live in Houston and you're an hour away. They could develop you little by little. And then I start headlining, and you headline 4th of July, you headline Thanksgiving, you headline the day before Christmas. You eat 1,000 bullets for them. But after 2 years, people will start coming to your shows because you talk about local spots. And after you do it like twice, you got to make a decision. Because now this club owner is looking at you going, we did everything we could. We've headlined you 4 times, 6 times with the holidays for 2 years. You got to go on your own now. Now you got to graduate to theaters. And a lot of people get comfortable at the home club. And this is where it starts. They start getting cute at the home club where you're building at a home club. When you go to that club next time, the feature, you're going to fucking, not from the stage. We got to figure out a way for you to get people email on the list. So the next time you go to Tampa, all you got to do is click a fucking switch and people come watch you. I'll never forget. I was a full-time feature act. Dave Attell came up to me in Florida and he goes, I think what you're doing is fucking smarter than fuck. I could tell you're building a market down there. I go, yeah, that's what you're doing. That's a feature act. You can't build a market everywhere. So if you're working 20 clubs, you got to pick the 10. The 10 that is perfect to launch you. It could be Chattanooga, but you're going to headline there first and people get to see the picture you headlining and blah, blah, blah. So do you understand what's happening, brother?
Oh yeah, and it's just so cool to see like a club that really cares and like to think about. I think to like because some people message me like a couple people like, hey, we had a really good time. Had no idea who you were, and it would be crazy to think of people coming to shows in like 10 years. Like I see that all the time. People put up pictures of you? They've seen you 10 times or whatever it is. Like that's crazy to think about.
Guess what? There's still people that come up there and go, I remember when you came with Rogan. There's a lady who came up to me the other day and she goes, I went to see you in New York with Rogan when you did something about a nun. She goes, I was fucking dying. And that happens. You build a following as a feature act, but later on, when you're really hitting you're featuring when headliners are complaining about you. That's when you know you're doing the right job. When they're saying this motherfucker, and then there's the fucking guys that are gonna go, you know, he talks to the audience, and you just making excuses. Don't book yourself as a headliner. Next time, learn him, watch what he's doing, and work against it. If not, switch with him, and take your bullets as a man. There's no pride here. Nobody's. I'd rather switch, look like a hero, than die and look like a fucking zero because of my pride.
I've never even thought about people switching.
Switch. Doesn't mean a thing to me.
Wow.
We will talk about you.
Right.
But I'm going to congratulate you and let you know that you did great because you made the show better. You didn't fucking look at your ego and go, well, I'm going to, stick around because no, this is what people do. This is what a team player does for a club. When you get a home club, they're also going to call you one day and go, Doug, we're in a bind here. I need a MC. You're not going to go to the bury the fucking feature act. You're going to go to the enhance his act. Like help him out a little bit. And this is the other side of comedy. These are the people that don't run the light. These are the people that respect the other comedians in the room and they're not fucking arrogant. And let's talk about something real important before we close up because I think it's time that people know how I felt about this shit. We had an election in this country, and it was, we've been very lopsided as a nation for the last 8 or 9 years. I don't speak about politics because I don't know about politics. I wouldn't bring a politician on the show to ask him his policies or whatever, or the DOJ. I don't know anything about these people. But over and over, I told you on this podcast that I know people, Lee. I know people. Last Monday night, I took my daughter to get pizza at 9:30. I realized my wife was out, and we were just sitting here, and this has really bothered me all week. And we were sitting here, and I go, Mercy, you have no school tomorrow. Let's get the fuck out of here. You hungry? And she goes, you? Yeah, let's go to the Osteria and get a pizza and watch Monday Night Football. So it was the night before the election. And there was a couple couples at the bar having a great time. I had gone earlier. After the podcast, I take a ride just to cool off. And I stopped in there, and there was 9 people at the bar. But there was this couple that I remembered. They were having a great time. So I come home thinking I'm done for the night. And then Mercy tells me she's hungry, so I bring her back to Osteria to get a pizza. The pizza's fucking sensational there. And as I walk in, they said, did you see the ruckus outside? And I go, no, there was no ruckus. I walked in with my daughter. What happened? They go, you see that couple at the end? I go, yeah. It was their 4th wedding anniversary. And he was getting drunk and talking about how Trump's going to win. And his wife just said, honey, calm down a little bit. Well, the fucking guy held off and started yelling at her that she wanted Kamala. He doesn't even know why she's married to her no more, that she's a fucking puke. And he got up and he left his wife there.
Holy shit.
And she was outside crying, waiting for an Uber or waiting for a friend to pick her up. Listen, man, I don't understand that. I've been banging my head off the wall all week over something like that. And then the reaction I got from people. Like, if you ever watch Led Zeppelin or the Eagles or all these bands I like, they never stop in the middle of a show to make a political fucking statement. The first band I ever see do that was fucking U2, and I never knew U2, and I never gone back. You're playing music. You know, whatever his fucking name is, U2, Bono.
Wow,
Loved them. I just won't go see him. Because when I went to see him about 15 years ago, it was all politics. My friends, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And the reaction of people and the reaction of friends of mine that I knew in LA, they have their problems, they're fake people. But there was two particular women that I've known for over 30 years. They've always been very fucking promiscuous. That's how they got to having a fucking career. And I wish you could have read, and I'm not outing them, I'm not, you know, I wish you should have read what they were writing. After all the dicks you sucked, after the one girl used to take it in the ass from every fucking comic in the Midwest, after all the dicks you took in the ass, now you want to talk about sexual assault victims. And, you know, the hypocrisy is so fucking big now. It's so big. It's like, I don't even know anymore where these people, what happened. And I'm just happy about one thing, that we got the fuck out of there. Because I think that's what was driving me crazy at the end of the day. The fucking hypocrisy and the bullshit. They were just talking. These people don't even know what they say. One of them wrote a thing after Tony Hinchcliffe did that thing that actually won him the presidency. They wrote a thing about just Lee. I'm not going to out her, but if you would have read this, you would have gone, what was the point of this? This is 10 pages. And and I see three people who said, you're brave, you know, you're articulate, you're a great writer, but at the end of the day, you just wasted 2 hours of your fucking life writing a blog that nobody gives a fuck about. You're just going to have people going to tell you, yeah, how great you are and how strong you are. What the fuck is wrong with people? You know, it's like, did Trump ever stick a finger in your pussy? No. He fucking grabbed these contestants' pussy on a fucking Miss America. Those chicks love their pussy. I mean, you know, I don't know. But I consider those chicks just as creepy as the comics we came up with. And the actresses that complain about fucking, you know, the fucking dude who used to make them come up to his office and read scripts. My point is,
Weinstein.
We have just, the pandemic didn't do any favors to a lot of people. And I never forgot who the fuck I was, you know? And these people just forgot that they sucked 80 dicks and, you know, they blew every fucking manager in the business. They forgot, like, and then they're going to post shit like that. And it drives me crazy. So I'm congratulating Trump. Congratulating J.D. Vance. You know, listen, this is our country and who we are already. January 1, he's coming out the box. He's throwing people out. He's stopping wars. He's, you know, the stock market went up. So the proof was in the fucking pudding. And I didn't want to side anybody or didn't side. And I'm not here to be a political fucking, you know, whatever. If you listen to me, you're fucking retarded more than anything. Because I really don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, hasta la vista.
That's a great endorsement.
Yeah, and hasta la vista Zoom. Because hopefully after this, I don't care if we have to sit on the fucking floor next week with a blanket on and do the podcast together. I've had it. I'm coming up early. I'm doing fucking everything that's old. I got a 2-gram mushroom that looks like my toenail waiting for you.
I was going to say,
we're gonna
I don't know which I like worst. The mushroom ones or the shit ones you used to send?
What? No, these are clean, Bobby. Clean, Bobby.
I'm excited to do it in person.
So we got an extra show we added November 20th at the Dojo of Comedy. Hopefully I'll get Paul Verzi and Lee and different fucking people. Tonight it's New York City. I'm adding December 26th at the Vogel Theater, not the Count Basie. I'm doing the little one. Get in at 7:30, get the fuck out of there by 9:30. Go to a bar, bang your girlfriend. You got those little cards, knock yourself out. But those are the dates I added. And I'm doing an open mic November 26th at the American Comedy Company in conjunction with Uncle Vinny's and the Weed Store, NJ Leaf out of Fairview. They're my home base weed store. They're very good to me. And this is going to be a couple of pros. And then we're going to pick out of a hat to get a couple of open micers. And everybody gets to go up together. And you guys could see it's a different open mic for you guys. So hopefully you'll get on this week. If not, we're going to do it once a month. And then they have their own open mic that we're going to be at anyway. So it's time to fucking get out of the house on Tuesday nights, wash your pussy, smoke some dope, and watch some fucking comedy. American Comedy Hotel, November 26th. I think they got a handful of tickets left. If you want to come. I'm not headlining. I'm doing 20 minutes. Lee, we're going to get Aaron Berg. Hopefully we'll get Vic Cedeno. That's it. This is about the younger generation, not some old white-haired, pale-looking motherfucker. Love you, motherfucker. Stay black. I want to thank Lee and everybody. I want to thank our sponsors, and I want to thank the people who stuck it out with us. This is fucking real. We're going next week, cocksuckers, so get ready. We got about 6 shows before the holidays, and we're going to try to make your holidays fucking better this year. Stay black. I love you. I love you guys.